Hey everybody, out in the shop tonight, doing a little bit of messing around. Um, had a few hours to do some stuff. I figured I'd do some more with the lathe. Haven't really used it much since I've gotten it. I've just been trying to fix it up, get it ready, put my touches on it as far as the tooling and got the VFD all set up. But anyway, tonight I decided to make another holder for my quick change tool holders. It's a BXA size, a 15 by 60 lathe. My old lathe, my Atlas, had a very similar rack, but it was AXA, which is a lot smaller tool holder. So I unfortunately, had to get all new tool holders. um, it gets expensive. I've got 10 more coming. I think I've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 now. But I've got 10 more coming, just the cheap, China version. They're actually Accu size. They work well. I mean, I'm not out here making rocket parts or anything, so works just fine for what I do. And they're fairly cheap on eBay. But anyway, got some more of those coming. They're probably on a slow boat from China, but they'll get here eventually. Anyway, just made this thing out of some 2x2 angle, fairly thin stuff, 1/8 inch or 11 gauge angle, fairly thin. And then I put a piece of 2-inch flat bar, also 1/8 of an inch thick, kind of at an angle, maybe a 30-degree angle on top of that, just to kind of hold them in place and have them easy access when I need them. They're kind of out of the way, but yet still, fairly easily accessed when I need them. I made the angle part at the back a little bit longer. I basically gave myself 20 holders. There's a couple wide ones here at the back. Some of the tool holders are a little wider than the others. So it gave me some wider ones back here. But I made this little shelf back here a little bit longer, just so I can put some of my indicator bases on there. Those things, they get used all the time, and you can hardly ever find some place to stick them. Whenever you do, they're usually in the way. But next on this thing will be my coolant pump. I think I talked about it in an older video, but I've actually got all the crap I need to do it with. Just haven't actually had time to do it. The coolant's going to go down in this Tupperware bucket down here. Just makes it a lot easier to change out and clean up. You can probably see that white milky shit down there is the old oil, or the old coolant, which is an oil-based coolant that they used to run. So I got to clean all that crap out. Slap that cover back on once I get it cleaned out, and excuse me, I'm not going to use that reservoir for anything. Basically, it's just a pain in the ass to clean out and drain and everything else down in that hole, when I can use that bucket and do the same thing. So that's next up. I got my air hose right here. That's also next project. My air compressor is over there in the corner of the shop. I don't know if you can see it. It's a fairly small little compressor, but it works. I'm going to run a hard line up to this soffit area where the lights are, where that conduit already is, actually, for my fans. I'm going to run a 1/2 inch just threaded pipe, hard line, and have one T drop for the CNC. I'll drop another T for this lathe, and then I'll come over here, come around this other soffit up here where the shelf is up there. I'll drop a T down for my power drawbar for the jet knee mill, and also a air hose for that thing as well. Probably drop a couple smaller hoses down for a little fogger system. This is a tank that the previous owner built. Let's see, that was an old coolant tank that he built. I'm going to use that because it actually in really good shape, and it did a really nice job when he built it. And I'm going to utilize that for my coolant fogger system for the knee mill. But anyway, so yeah, plans are next up is to do the coolant for the lathe, get it done, which it shouldn't take long. I've got everything I need for it. And then run air lines, and I'll be ready, hopefully. That's what they all say. But yeah, it's coming along. It's pretty much ready to make chips now. I just got to get used to it and figure out what makes it work, what doesn't, and go from there. It's a quite a bit different than an Atlas, obviously. One thing I'm not super happy with is the damn carriage wheel is on the right-hand side, which is odd to me. I find myself always reaching to the left-hand side of the apron to grab the wheel that's not there. Anyway, it'll just take some getting used to. I gotta make a ball or find a ball or something to put on the end of this, and also make a nut with a handle like that instead of trying to find a wrench every time I need to rotate the quick change. But anyway, I got a lot to do to it. I've done a lot to it, and I've still got a little ways to go, but she's getting there. Anyway, just wanted to show you what I've been doing, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.